One of the most widely used proficiencies that you will see in ESS this year is constructing arguments. So I'm going to walk you through what a good argument will have and the different components that you will need to make sure you're including when you're writing an argument in ESS. So this is the scale right here. I can construct a logical argument supported by data-based evidence. And I highlighted the main parts here. So to get a 3 achieving, which would be an 85, I can construct an organized, coherent, and a logical argument. That means it's true by stating my claim and providing relevant vocabulary and evidence. That may be something numerical or something graphical if it's available, and that evidence supports the claim. When writing your claim or talking your claim needs to be in a full sentence. It should be accurate, and it should directly answer the question that was being asked. And then the vocabulary I might provide the vocabulary, or it's vocabulary showing me that you are using the new knowledge of this unit and you're connecting it back to whatever unit we are on. Other evidence could come from numbers you collect in a lab, or numbers you see on a graph, or numbers in a table. It could be data, or you could be looking at a model and using examples from a model to back up your claim. If you want to get a 4, you would then be connecting it in more ways. So maybe you bring in outside resources, or you talk about other examples, or you are just diving deeper into the discussion. And maybe if we're providing a list of 5 vocabulary words and we say you have to use 3, you end up using all 5 of them. A 2 means you have a claim and it may or may not be correct. It could mean that you have some explanation. Maybe you started to use some vocabulary, or maybe you have an explanation, but there is no vocabulary. You just need to dive deeper into your explanation. Explain that vocabulary, use some numbers if possible, or make sure that your claim is accurate. If you are scoring a 1, that would just mean that you have a claim in a sentence, and that claim could be right or it could be incorrect. So I'm going to ask, well, before I ask, just to review, parts of an argument, you need a claim. So usually I ask a question, and your job is to turn the question around and answer it in one full sentence. Put a period after that sentence. Don't go into your explanation yet. I want you to have one sentence that starts off your paragraph answering my question. Then you can include your evidence. You might pull in numbers, you might pull in facts, you might pull in new vocabulary from class and explain it. And what really seals the deal is if your last sentence or 2 really goes into how your evidence supports your claim. Let me give you some examples. I watched the Flintstones all the time when I was a kid, and it would probably make someone like a 4-year-old believe that perhaps humans used to live with dinosaurs. So my question is, if Fred Flintstone had been real, could he have had Dino as a pet? Well, we need to make our claim, and where could we actually go for our evidence? We can use our notes from class, our completed Earth history timeline, our timeline event sheet, any of the timelines you completed in class. Those will be where you can go to get evidence. And if you look at them, wow, there's a lot of numbers on there that you can pull together, and there's lots of events that we can talk about to see if it was possible for Dino to have lived with Fred Flintstone. All right, my argument. When I look at my data, I actually can look at the events and see that dinosaurs did not live with humans. They actually lived a long time before humans. So I could answer in any of these 3 ways, and these are 3 ways that I receive answers to that question. Someone might simply write no and put a period. They would argue that's a full sentence. Someone might write no because there were no dinosaurs. Okay, that seems a little longer of a sentence. And then someone might say Fred Flintstone could not have had a dinosaur as a pet. Which one do you think is the one that scores a 3? Great. That's a full sentence, and I turn the question around by stating Fred Flintstone could not have had Dino as a pet. So where's my evidence? I will go back to my notes from class to try to back up my claim sentence. A 2 would look like this. Dinosaurs existed long before humans existed. Humans came after dinosaurs died. That's true, But if I look at that, it doesn't tell me you were sitting in my class for 2 weeks. It just tells me you knew that dinosaurs died before humans did. A 3, dinosaurs existed long before humans existed. Dinosaurs evolved around 245 MIDP, and they went extinct 65 million years ago. Humans did not evolve until about 165,000 years ago. That's a little more thorough, and it uses a lot of numbers. Reasoning, which is the last part of your explanation, is a chance for you to explain how your evidence that you provided supports your claim. I wrote a sentence like, since humans came almost 65 million years after dinosaurs, there would have been no way for Fred Flintstone to have a dinosaur as a pet. What does that look like when I combine all of those together? Well, it looks like a darn good paragraph if you ask me. If you want a 4, I would say maybe pull in a few more dates. Explain what happened in between dinosaurs and humans. You could compare what you saw on another timeline. For instance, when we walked to the football field, we actually could see the distance between when humans evolved and when the dinosaurs evolved. That would probably get you to a 4.